Our top headlines here in our Smart Start at 6:50. The world is remembering Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the U.S. He died Sunday at the age of 100.
He served only one term in office, ending in 1981, and went on to a life of humanitarian work. Carter was the oldest former president in history. President Biden has ordered a state funeral and is expected to deliver a eulogy. President-elect Donald Trump called Carter a good man who would be greatly missed. Carter also had ties to Rochester, having visited throughout his political career. First as Georgia governor in the 1970s. We went back through the News 8 archives. Carter was here in October of 1974, supporting then Rochester City Councilwoman Midge Costanza, who lost that election to Congressman Barbara Conable. But Carter would later appoint her as White House advisor. We spoke to her brother about that earlier this year.
Jimmy called her, they put the phone right to her ear. Kind of sentimental for me, you know, because I missed it by, I think, 15 minutes. They were always friends and always close in that respect.
The former president also visited during his presidential term, including a month before Election Day in 1976.
At 6:51, a look at your sunrise traffic here in the view from our Greater Rock Sky Eye. Decent traffic volume considering many people still off and of course no school for the rest of this week. We can tell you as an update, the accident at Lake and Ridgeway Avenues has since been cleared. Our map showing up all green at this point. No precip at all to worry about there on the blacktop. And your weather headlines, what to think about. James is here there. High wind warnings coming up this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. For Genesee County, the usual spots you see kind of from Lake Erie up toward Rochester, west side of Monroe County, could deal with those 50+ mile-per-hour winds. That's going to raise our concern for outages. Maybe some downed trees and power lines. It's always the weakest of trees that could go down, so let's keep an eye on that. Otherwise, we do have a little bit of rain working its way through Batavia now. That is fading. Numbers come down through this afternoon and tonight. We'll take a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show.
All right, see you in a few. Thank you, James. Back to our headlines and new details on the Marcy Correctional Facility near Utica, which has been named in lawsuits claiming more violence against inmates carried out by staff inside the prison. At least one of the corrections officers linked to the deadly beating of inmate and local man Robert Brooks was also named in a lawsuit in 2022. That was filed by a different inmate, Adam Bauer, stating he had been brutally beaten but survived. Another case claims inmate William Alvarez was beaten and required surgery, but it's unclear if the corrections officers named in the Brooks investigation had any involvement in that previous incident. More details on both lawsuits can be found in full on the homepage of RochesterFirst.com. Let's go inside the huddle after the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes clinched the top seed in the AFC Christmas Day. Days later, the Bills went into Sunday afternoon's kickoff looking to lock down the #2 seed, and they did just that. A very convincing win against the Jets by 26 points. Buffalo wasted no time early on the opening drive. Josh Allen caps off that series with a rushing score, his 65th career rushing TD, tied for most, by the way, in team history. In the second quarter, Jets driving Aaron Rodgers' pass tipped by Greg Rousseau. Jordan Phillips comes down with that one. Doesn't lead to points, but the momentum swings back again toward Buffalo. The defense was pretty good. Gets it done here. A.J. Epinesa takes down Rodgers for the safety. Bills up 9 at that point in the game. 2:30 to go in the second quarter. A field goal from Tyler Bass to close out the half put Buffalo up 12. In the third, Rodgers trying to put some points on the board. His pass up the middle gets picked by Christian Benford. That his second interception on the season. 47 would take it down to the 47 for Buffalo. Allen on the next series will be looking toward the end zone. And how about this catch in the corner by Amari Cooper backwards? 30-yard touchdown pass. The Bills with a 19-0 lead. They would add another to go up 26. The Jets still trying to find some points. Garrett Wilson makes the catch and then fumbles it there. Matt Milano comes up with the turnover. That would set up Buffalo to add one more in the third. With Allen scrambling to the right, throws it back across his body here to the rookie wideout Keon Coleman. He goes up high to catch that one for the score. Buffalo would lead 33 points to 0 with a quarter to go. And to add on, Mitch Trubisky dumps it off to Tyrell Shavers. He goes through a lot of traffic for a 69-yard score, turns his first reception into a touchdown. The Jets would pick up some garbage points late to close out the game with Tyrod Taylor replacing Rodgers, but Buffalo rolls easily this one with the victory 40-14, clinching the 2 spot. They'll head on the road to take the Pats Sunday.
Yep, now for New Year's excitement around the state, preparations for the new year are well underway. And yesterday, some New Yorkers got a preview of what New Year's Eve in Times Square will look like.
Yeah, with not a million people around them. Much smaller crowds. They watched the confetti drop for practice. They were there scooping up all of it, tossing it on stage. Some visitors even wrote down their wishes for the upcoming year in 25 on the scraps of paper, and that'll be mixed in with the rest of the confetti and all released when the ball is dropped at midnight.
Rochester pediatrician Mike Tamani Jr. will compete on Wheel of Fortune tonight at 7 right here on News 8. Rock has seen some strong representation on the national stage the past few weeks. A local woman spun the wheel on December 13th, coming in 3rd place, and a retired RIT professor made it into a 3rd day of Jeopardy at the beginning of the month.
I'd like to buy some snow. And later this week,
I'll make it happen.
Pick up some, yeah.
Just got to go a little bit further to the east, and you'll be A-OK. You will find it. Kicking off at the beginning of the year, 2025, that's when we will get snow. It'll take a while to get those. I had to put 2 blue arrows in for morning high temperatures, both today as well as on Wednesday. So going to be an interesting stretch with that snow.
It will. Thank you, James. That does it for us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.